going on? Thank you for joining the Bitcoin Source. To start things off, can you tell the audience and the world out there a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, Yusuf, avid basketball player, Bitcoin advocate, investor, whatever you want to call it. And, I've been around the basketball my whole life. So now I'm just trying to figure out a way to kind of create the two and fuse the two, basketball and Bitcoin. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and kind of what the vision and path is.
Yeah, love to hear it. You know, your story is so unique. We're gonna really gonna unpack things, but to start it off, I usually ask my guests that come on the show, what are some of the books, courses, conferences, any kind of inspiration that you've had that allowed you to like source your Bitcoin knowledge when you started off?
So I was lucky enough to have his name is Jules, and he's super educated on Bitcoin, and he was the first person to kind of push me and tell me to invest. And like me, I wasn't investing if I didn't know anything about it. You know what I mean? I don't care what it was going up. So I was like, hey, send me articles. And luckily for him, he was writing articles on his Substack is called The House of Satoshi on Substack. And it's real deep reads, you know what I mean? Like, they're not easy reads. So it took a while for me to kind of understand it. And because he kind of talks about about history, he talks about money, and then, why Bitcoin should be an investment opportunity or a way of, how you should look about the future. So it really introduced me to a lot of different concepts, not just Bitcoin, but also money, history, the government, banks, everything. So that's how I was first introduced to it, which is not normal for a lot of people. So I kind of had a good understanding of it when I first invested back in like 2020. And then I started, reading other books, your book, definitely read your book, Isaiah Jackson's book. Who else? Isaiah McCall. He's a writer on the Medium. And he does a really good job. He's a little younger than me, but he does a really good job of like keeping it real light, but also dropping the gems and kind of correlating what's going on currently into the, the Bitcoin education space. So him, and then conferences. I went out to the Bitcoin conference 2021. That was dope. Got to meet a lot of people there. And then trying to think everything else, just podcasts, Black Bitcoin billionaires being in their rooms, Lamar, crypto tutors taking their course online. So I jump around from everything, to be honest with you, now the Bitcoin Source, you know what I mean? So I'm everywhere with it. I get my knowledge from everywhere, and I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of reading and research on my own. So wherever I can find information, I just read it, and if it's good, I take it. If it's not, still I got something out of it.
Word, I appreciate that. Me being a writer, like when I ask people this question, they usually say like, the Bitcoin Standard or like a lot of the books that you just see out on the market. But you're the first guest that I've had that actually talked about Substack. Like, you got to be a reader to know about Substack, because like those are like heavy editorials right there. And shout out to Fancy Fi Crypto Tutor. She's a great person, and she knows her stuff. So you definitely got like a good groundwork on Bitcoin and kind of like the protocol. So
For sure.
This kind of leads to my next question, which is like, I know that you're a Bentley alum. I know you played ball for Bentley, but where did like that inspiration come from? Like, was it the N1 tours back in the days? Like, is your tournament focused on street ballers and NBA prospects, or can anyone lace up their sneakers and that has a team and start playing?
That's the beauty of it. Like, anybody could join. So like, you pay an entry to join. So, anybody, we don't shun away anybody. So it's like, if you feel like you got a good competitive team, we welcome you. So that's what we try to do, and we reach out to everyone. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to New York, and New York is a hotbed for like a lot of players. It's a scene. They got a nice little summer scene. So we reached out to every team. Like, hey, listen, we're doing this. We got teams coming from out of state. who want to be a part. And we got some, but some didn't understand it and the value of it. But yeah, anybody's welcome. Anybody's welcome. So that's our mentality, is like we just open the door first. However it fills up, it fills up. You know.
I know the Bitcoin Classic is having a major tournament in the legendary Rucker Park. So could you kind of like elucidate and break down what people will expect and what guests might show up?
For sure. Yeah, so the Bitcoin Classic New York is going to be at the Rucker, August 11th and 12th, and it's gonna be dope, man. We got Bitcoin educators that's going to be there. They're going to be talking about their path into Bitcoin. So we got Lamar Wilson from Black Bitcoin Billionaires. We have John, I can't think of his last name. Logan, yep, John Logan, who's with Harlem Bitcoin, and I met up with those gentlemen in New York, and I went to one of their meetups, and they do a great job, man. He's such a good speaker, where it's like, oh man, his energy is like contagious. So had to get him on board. He's on board, and then we got Fancyfied, who with Crypto Tutors, who she's just blowing up and doing her thing. So I was reaching out to the top people, like, hey, listen, come, let's on board. Let's just open people's mind to it. So that's going to be going on. And then over the course of 2 days, there's going to be 8 teams competing for $20,000 worth of Bitcoin. So as of right now, that's a full Bitcoin. So we're giving away a full Bitcoin to the winner, which is, I didn't expect that to happen so soon, but we're there, And then we got some music performances that's going to go down. And then also a 3-point shootout, and then, swag. And then the last thing that just kind of came to fruition is that Cash App is going to be involved. So you know how they do. You know what I mean? You know how they do. So they're going to be giving away Bitcoin and doing all that stuff. So it's going to be, it's going to be a nice, cool, event that is, we're just trying to, bring the culture into it and make Bitcoin not, feel like Pokemon cards back in the day or Magic cards. You know what I mean? We just wanted to make it feel like cool and like, it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin should be, just as good, just as dope as any money tournament that's around. So that's what kind of I'm trying to bring, that same vibe that you were mentioning, like at the Rucker. So I'm trying to bring that and restore that to, the Rucker.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to give you your flowers, bro, because I really see you grinding and making your dream come to fruition. And, people like John Logan, that's my brother. He's a good dude. And we've had a lot of conversations. We worked together on some article pieces for his other company. And I think that you're in good hands. You're in a good audience. And you got some of the most elite Bitcoiners out there right now in the space, like showing up to your event. So that just shows the power of your manifestation and how you go hard for what you believe in your passion, which is basketball.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sir.
My next question is, Bitcoin is a complex but valuable technology. So for the grand prize winners that do win the $20,000 in Bitcoin, whether it be, a team or they divide it up, however they do it, is there going to be any courses or FAQs to teach them about how to secure their Bitcoin, sell it, hold it, all that stuff?
For sure. So we definitely have a presentation that we're going to present to the players before the tournament. And then we're also, by that time, we should have a online course, basic course on Bitcoin, blockchain, and ledgers. And this will kind of give them an idea of what to do with it. For now, we're just promoting, hey, keep it and save it. You know what I mean? That's the number one thing we're gonna do is like, Jay, just hold it. And then we're gonna have these online courses which we'll hope they partake in and learn more about. But for us, we just kind of want to open minds. You know what I mean? Open minds and bring people to the table. So where it's like maybe they start following Harlem Bitcoin, maybe they start following Black Bitcoin Billionaires or Crypto Tutors or the Bitcoin Classics, Bitcoin education platform. But either way, I just want to get people open to it, so that's kind of the main mission for it. And, but we do have presentations and facts on the website that they can tap in and learn a little bit more about.
100%. And of course, I'll be helping in some manner, whether it's writing, education stuff. I got you, bro. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
I just think that, it's just great to see. And I know that this is going to bolster way more opportunities. You might get some elite ballers there, like I talk about and one. Like I remember when Ron Artest would show up, Kobe would show up. Like you might get a trend with it where people realize like, oh, not only is he's giving the grand prize winners Bitcoin, but it's bringing a synergy to the basketball space again. It's bringing people out, the pandemic, now people can come in the park, enjoy themselves. So I really champion what you're doing out here in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So salute you for
yes,
that.
sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah. And my last question is, where do you foresee the future of Bitcoin and basketball in the next few years?
Um, I think if I can stay consistent and continue to grow, I think, this could be one of like the elite summer events. You know what I mean? Like there's the TBT going on right now where they give away $1 million, to the winners, and they're on ESPN, they're on all these channels. I think there's a space for, something like this, the TBC, where we can get to that level. You know what I mean? We can get to that level if we get the right sponsoring, the right funding. I think we have a team. You know what I mean? The Bitcoin class is not just me. We have a team of individuals that can easily get it to that level where we can, be on a main broadcast or be on something, a main channel or something, and bring talent together, because we showed that we can get good talent.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just a matter of scaling up, and we got Cash App involved. Maybe that leads to somebody else. But I think, and also if Bitcoin goes up, then we can give a little more. You know what I mean? But that's here nor there. That's only time. But yeah, I think that's where we in the future. I think you're gonna see us on maybe a ESPN or a ESPN 2, 3, 4. But we gonna get there.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what I think would be dope too? Like if people could somehow follow or track like all the previous winners and to kind of follow and see what they're doing with their Bitcoin, like when it goes up over time, like what do they spend it on? Are they using it for,
Yeah.
they putting it into property, or they putting it into, bolstering their basketball career, more sponsorships. So it's gonna be dope to see like that, the
Yeah.
basketball space. I feel like the street ball space, I don't want to say it's been dying down, but it needs a resurgence. And I really, really see like a resurgence coming with the Bitcoin Classic. So,
Yeah.
100%, I'm backing you, bro. You got my full support. And as time goes on, we're gonna definitely be working together, and we're gonna make some stuff
Yeah.
happen. But give
Sure.
give the audience, any shout outs, contact information, and ways for them to get involved with the Bitcoin Classic.
For sure. I mean, main thing right now is support is just, following the socials.
Yep.
I mean, that means a lot to us because, it shows people that, we have a growing following. So if you could follow, on Instagram, the Bitcoin Classic, Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we got some other content coming soon. But yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for having me on here. And then it's, just show some love, support us. If you out in New York, pull up on us. It's a free event. There's free seats. We also have some reserved seats, but it's a free event if you want to show up and, be a part of it.
That's for sure. Yusuf, once again, I appreciate you, bro. People go out,
Yes, sir.
support the Bitcoin Classic. He'll have games in other cities. So if you can't make the record, don't worry. And be on the lookout for this brother, because he's going to be doing big things in this space. Thank you, Yusuf. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate it. Talk soon.
Peace.
Brother.